I'm gonna do a quick video of fixing a puncture here. I was on a ride with a friend this morning. We were doing a road bike ride, and at a point we're hammering pretty good, 30-ish miles an hour, kind of on a flat section, mostly because he was towing me. My legs are pretty flat right now. I've been racing and training. So he's towing me along, and also my bike started making a terrible noise, and I can't figure out what it was, but it just sounded terrible. Just click, 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 and wasn't super consistent. And I realized it's making it even if it wasn't pedaling. 10 miles later, finally stopped to take a look at things. And this is what I found. This big staple that is jammed through the tire. And it was kind of even coming over here, is rubbing the carbon a little bit right through here. It doesn't look like it damaged anyway. It just made enough of a mark to be annoying right there. But I've only had two, and I thought the ride seemed nice and comfy, but it definitely lost some pressure. And I've only had two real punctures on the road in about 30,000 miles of being tubeless on the road. And both of those came while riding in the lead group of the Lodija race, longest one-day USAC sanctioned race in America, 202 miles. First time I did not have a plug with me, and the second time my plug kind of failed. Using Dynaplugs, I usually always keep one just kind of taped actually on the down tube of my bike up above my water bottle cage. And then this one sits in a storage compartment on my mountain bike. And this is the racer version. It just has two plugs. It's kind of a big one and a small one. Though you can buy inserts to swap this out. These just unscrew, and so you can swap it out and customize if you think you just want two of the smaller plugs. It weighs 24 grams. And then this regular one, it actually is a little bit bigger. I thought it was gonna be heavier. It only weighs 26 grams. And it actually has 4 plugs. So there's one here, and then these will swap, and you can flip it out and go the other way and so you got a couple extra, and then on this end, you've got one little one and one big one. So this is probably the more useful one, because you can have, most of the time your puncture's gonna be the small one. Having 4 of these on quick draw is probably the better way to go at only a 2-gram weight penalty. But so what happened is, when at Lodija, I darted this in, and when I pulled it out, the plug stayed stuck in here, and the metal just dropped into the tire. So you need to always make sure that every now and then you take these plugs out. It was just stuck in there. Take them out, make sure they're not glued into this piece, so that when you actually stick it into the tire, the plug will come out. But you don't get to practice very often, because you don't want to sacrifice tire. This is a 28 millimeter Continental GP 5000 that doesn't have a lot of miles on it. I don't know if those show up, but our little wear marks there's still plenty of tread here. But I've already got one plug in this from Lodija, and this today definitely kind of shredded things around here. So we'll plug this just to show what can happen, but then I'm replacing this tire. So take this out. Oh, I'm going to mention, this is running the Silka sealant. It's not their new injectable sealant. This is the 2-part stuff. So I still have a bunch of that on the shelf. So I'm trying to use all that up. And so it did seal without me ever getting sprayed with sealant or know that I had a flat. Other than the noise and finally deciding to take a look, I wouldn't have known. But We'll yank this out, maybe. Small enough hole, that doesn't want to go. There we go. And let's see if we get a plug. Okay. So that plugged pretty well. You can trim this and ride it if you have to. You don't have to trim. You can just, you ride it. It leaves a little lump there and it will just wear off. It eventually just sort of wears into nothing. My other plugged spot is right here. And there's a little bit of a bulge because it does destroy the tire casing. They're radial beads, or little bands of threads that they use to make the casing that the rubber gets applied to. And you break some of those threads with either the puncture or putting the dart in, and it allows it to bulge, and then that plug has just worn away. I've been riding it like that because I was going to wait until I had some more races coming up later this year to replace this tire. Usually try to always replace them right before loadage, but this one's done. But really, that plugged pretty well. It's there. We can pretend this is real roadside repair and hit it with a little CO2. See if we can bring our pressure back up. This would have got me home, except I didn't have my plug today. So that was a fail. So puncture. Okay, so it probably has too much pressure in it really, but everything held there. Plug's holding well, plug is sealing. Just used as CO2 that's probably 8-year-old CO2. I've had that sitting around forever. And I can't remember what, I think this is apparently I did have too much pressure in there. I just broke my rim tape. So, too much pressure, something just failed. The Envy wheels have this valve here that makes it so if your rim tape fails, it'll vent the excess pressure out of this. Still a decent amount of pressure in there, but I had a theory that staple may have gone through and damaged the rim tape a little bit. It's still holding a lot of pressure, so I don't know where the excess pressure, maybe this silica sealant sealed that too. So we'll spin that around. Still holding enough pressure that it's a lot better than it was. You'd make it home from a ride. Anyway, questions, comments, concerns, let me know.